I still think that Pendulum FTK is an absolutely horribly designed, intricate combo that exists, and it makes my head hurt thinking about this. So we have a top 16 from Providence. What was it, a couple weeks back? This deck went 7-2. Once again, very budget. I mean, you look at this, most people should be able to build this, and kind of like the predecessors to these crazy ass FTKs. You've got I'm trying to think of a good comparison here. So Gem Knight FTK has a very high learning ceiling, and like the combo's a little bit more extensive. And then you have something like this, which is, you know, not so great. Like, this is pretty easy to do. So the whole combo is you have to resolve Summon Sorceress, give your opponent the Yugioh, because once they have this, if you would take damage, you would destroy this face-up card. And the whole combo goes around on Red Ice Flare, which is basically when an opponent's effect activates, you ping your opponent for 500 after it resolves. So basically, you step into a Gave Dragon. A Gave Dragon will, you know, apply effects, ping the opponent for some damage. Yugioh will try to do its thing. It'll be negated, of course, and then, you know, Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon and Yugioh will cause this little infinite interaction between each other, burning you to death because you gave your opponent the Yugioh. So, I mean, hey, who doesn't love infinite loops? It's kind of funny how interactions in Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of start off as a little cheeky idea, and then you kind of see that these things are a little bit more consistent than you would think. Now, do I want to tell you that, yes, as a budget player, you have the option to go play this deck? I mean, outside of Evenly Matched and Ash Blossoms in the grand scheme of things, the deck isn't that expensive, but you also have to learn the Zefra combos for when the FTK doesn't work, because this deck does have a decently high interchangeable ceiling for things that you can do outside of your normal combos, which I think is really cool. Like, I gotta give it to Zefra. No matter like how much I look at this deck and things like that, like, the deck definitely interests me partially just for the cool plays you can make. And honestly, Oracle of Zefra is pretty good. Basically, Oracle of Zefra being able to, when you make the Exceeds, draw one, discard one, or, you know, you make a Sangro, you can choose a card from your deck and place it on the top. Like, you got really cheeky interactions built into this deck, and I like Zefra a lot. You guys don't understand. I'm squeeing on the inside, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's still a degenerate FTK deck. Ugh. But alas, we must dig on into the deck profile. So we are playing 2 copies of Chronograph. Once again, this will be acting as a stepping stone, level 6, making, you know, Beatrice to do what our deck wants to do. Yeah, it's a very, very, very easy to abuse this card in this deck. I almost want to play 3, but I can understand where the room issues come into play. 1 copy of Destrudo. Yay, level 7 tuners that are easy to summon. I like that. And then, of course, 1 copy of Yugioh, the fairy that is going to cause all of your shenanigans and issues. Feel free to give this card to your opponent. Once Summon Sorceress is banned, this card will go to waste. Now, we're only playing 1 copy of Jackal King. The 1-3 ratio of this is absolutely fine. I don't see any conflict here whatsoever. I was thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to play 2 Jackal King, but it's absolutely fine. So yeah, 1 Jackal King, triple Master Cerberus. 1 copy of Zefra Windy. Okay, normal summoned or pendulum summon, you get to add a Zefra monster from your extra deck to your hand. Recurability and level 3 aren't bad, just a high scale for what you want to do with this deck. 1 copy of Zefraxion, normal or flipped or pendulum summon, you target 1 other Tellarknight or Zefra in your monster zone or pendulum scale, and once that card your opponent controls, destroy them. Yay for getting back row pop ability, and another high scale. Now, of course, triple copies of Darkworm. This is going to be the guy that you essentially want to see every single game, because it does go get Gate 0. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that he's not playing 2 Gate 0, with it being another level 7. But I can understand, like, dead drawing the Gate Zeros can be extremely frustrating, but possibility of 2 Gate Zeros doesn't bother me all that much. But yeah, I understand this. Level 7s that you can do things with. Of course, one copy of Time Gazer Magician. This is the thing that you're going to be stepping off of Chronograph for, just to kind of set up the extra deck. All the same things that you kind of all know and love for this deck. Now, triple Zefra. So, during the main phase, you can add a Zefra pendulum monster from your deck to your extra deck face up, and if you do, this card's pendulum scale will modify itself. It's the thing that we care most about this. Yeah, you contribute 3 Zephyrs and get an additional pendulum summon, but I mean, you're never going to pull that off underneath this Master Rule shit. Absolutely no way. Now, we are playing 2 copies of Zefiranu. This is the one that will add a Yang Zing or Zephyr Spell and Trap card from your deck to your hand. Another high scale. Then, of course, we have 1 Zefraxi. Normal or special summon, you target 1 Yang Zing or Zefra monster you control except for Zefiranu. That face-up monster becomes treated as a tuner and place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field, because they don't want you to reload back up, things like that. But this is our low scale. Now, digging more into the deck, we have triple copies of Called by the Grave. Hand traps and things like that your deck are going to face are going to be an issue. You have to maximize numbers like this, and I hate to say that because I hate Called by the Grave as a card, but we have to have cards to counter other cards. We've gotten to that point in Yu-Gi-Oh, but at least we have counters. 1 copy of Dragon Ravine. Sending 1 dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard for discard 1 is really fucking good, because we can play bad cards, right? Now, we want to see Dark Worm. So, we've just maxed out on fucking dumping. We have triple Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish Bro, and you will... Yes, you have to understand, like, you want to see this card. Like, this is a win con in and of itself. So, yes, triple Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish Barrel, maximize numbers, no issue whatsoever. Now, we are playing triple Oracle of Zephyr. Once again, field spell is as good as it actually is, because you get to search on activation. Yay! Everything I've ever wanted. Now, you are playing set rotation to get to Oracle of Zefra, or, you know, Dragon Ravine. So that is very important to understand, that you are playing these cards as means to just, once again, get to X field spell that you need for whatever situation. And, of course, on that same note, 2 terraforming, getting 2 said field spells to make sure that things go the way that we want to go in the game. Not a lot to say. We have triple Zephyr Providence, built-in searchability and protection. I also like the fact that this searches for any Zephyr cards. You can Providence search for Oracle, pull off some really cheeky stuff. Now, the traps. We play 1 9 Pillars. If we still had 2 dang long, it would be pretty good. 1 copy of Zephyr Divine Strike. This is our counter trap card. And then, of course, the 1 Zephyr War, granting us more destructibility. And if we have the 2 cards, we can activate this from our hand if the pendulum scale's loaded. I like that. Like, Zephyr War is probably one of the more interesting cards that we've got in the game. Now, the extra deck. 1 Summon Sorceress. This is the key to the Degenerate FTK. Getting the clonability, giving our opponent Galen Duo. Yeah, it's all fun and games. 1 copy of Land Phonicus, generic down now that Electromite has been limited. Speaking of Electromite, it's Electromite. Now, we are playing Boral Sword, Boral Load to answer problems that we might come across in the competitive game, which is fine. And then 1 copy of Agave Dragon. This is going to be the card that is going to start the combo with Flare Metal. And then Flare Metal is going to be the thing that's going to ping our opponent for the infinite amount of damage. And then, of course, 1 Gaia Charger to step over the Beatrice if need be for trample. 1 copy of Yazdi. Man, where's that Mare at? 1 copy of Stardust Charge Warrior for draw power and things like that. 1 copy of Meteor Burst, another level 7. Dragster, another level 7. Chao Feng for absolute degeneracy. I hate this card so much. And then 1 copy of Black Rose Dragon for when you need to board wipe your opponent. Now, the side deck, we have triple copies of Ash Blossom. 2 copies of Prankatops, 1 copy of Gamma Seal, 1 copy of Kumamungus, 1 copy of Chimera Tech Fortress. I wonder how many times you can actually cheese your opponent with this and actually pull it off. We have 2 copies of Book of Eclipse. No other real explanation needed. Thunder Dragon boards, I guess, can ruin this next day. We have triple copies of Evenly Matched and 2 copies of Red Reboot for our lovely friends at the Altergeist Factory. So, overall, I think if you're a budget player, this is a decent option for you, minus the side deck. You can adjust however you want to. And it's really good to see that this deck, top 16, it's not a top 8, but it's still important to kind of take note of what's going on in the community and seeing these decks get the chance to shine. So what do you guys think about Pendulum FTK? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And well, guys, Papa Robbie is out. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil 40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.